Hey everybody, welcome to the tower. I hope you're having a good day and a good time and everything in your life is working out just how you planned it. But if it isn't, you're having a tower moment, you've come to the right place. Not sure how you got here, but I'm glad you're here. Alright, what do we do here? Well, I read tarot cards and I look up for tower moments, and that's about it. So tower moments are never really fun. They're not fairy tales, they're not no contact breaks, they're coming back to you tomorrow. Now this is the energy that's probably trying to mess up your whole day, and I'm trying to help you to get through it or avoid it if possible. So, with that out of the way, all of these messages are timeless. Whenever you're watching this is when you were meant to see it. Okay? And there are no star signs. Everybody gets to play. So what do? Well, I draw two cards in the Major Arcana deck just like this to find out your overall tower moment reading. I look at the bottom of the deck for two more cards of information, and then I clarify. We'll do 3, 2, and 3. Look at one more card at the bottom of the deck for more information. And that'll be it. Alright. If you like what you see, please think about hitting the old subscribe button. Helps me out. You don't have to if you don't want to. Don't look cool. And if none of this message resonates with you, whatever it turns out to be, before you leave forever, make sure you check out the rest of the videos I've done. And maybe one of those will, appeal to you. Like, your senses will be like, oh, maybe this is better. Because remember, they're all timeless, so whenever you watch it. All right. I've rambled on enough. Let's get started. The Fool card on this side of the tower is the energy of foolish actions, foolish choices, foolish you. You made a mistake. Not sure what that mistake is quite yet, but you just made a bad choice, and you didn't quite make it. You didn't think it all the way through. Happens to all of us. Don't get upset. Not yet, anyway. Leads right to your tower moment. The tower moment leads to the Moon card. Well, okay. So now this mistake leaves you lost and alone and isolated. What happened? What did you do? What kind of energy did you get into? Or what energy got into you? That happens. Manifesting strength, the Magician and the Strength card at the bottom of the deck here. So, like I said, you're just trying to, you're trying here. This is the energy of desperately trying to pull something together. You're trying to manifest the willpower to do something. Let's clarify and figure this out. All right. 8 of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, and the 6 of Swords. All right. You didn't walk away from a situation that you should have. The Ace of Pentacles here is the energy that's usually the energy of new money, new business, new ideas, like physical stuff like that. But and this turn, it was kind of a waste of money and time, and it was a lost cause, and you just didn't walk away from that, and it's brought you no peace. Why aren't you walking away from the bad things? Well, I'm not blaming you for anything. I get it. It's hard to let things go. We always think for the hope, the best, right? We hope for the best, and we're like, oh, well, if we just put a little bit more work into it, a little bit more time, a little bit more effort, it will come together. It will all work out. Well, not always. Sometimes things are just bad. You gotta walk away from it. Sometimes you just lose, all right? Which happens to everybody. You, me, anyone on the planet. Sometimes we just lose. And this was a losing adventure. This was a losing game. This was a losing situation. You thought you should just stick with it because hope. Let me tell you, nothing's more dangerous than hope sometimes. Tower moment. Yeah, Queen of Wands. And the Ace of Cups. Yeah, this tower moment's going to be nasty because it's the energy that says, I thought I knew what I was doing. I thought I could trust myself. I thought I could handle my own power. Right? I thought I could do all that. And then, the Ace of Cups, this is something you loved. That's why you're not letting it go. This was a passion project. This was the energy that said, I need to make this work. Only I can do this. I mean, this could be something as simple as writing a book. Like, I don't have a book idea, and I'm going to write it. And you get about 10 pages in and all the inspiration goes away and you just keep going. And pretty soon it gets to the tower moment where you just hate the idea of writing anything ever again. It's just like, I can't do this anymore. Or it could be a job or a business or a relationship. I mean, this is just one of those things where you should have walked away. The whole thing is screaming, you should have left. You should have quit. You should have just been done with it when you got out when you had the chance. And that leads you to the moon card. So the moon card is, the Knight of Wands up here. Yep. Two of Cups, Queen of Cups, Knight of Wands. You're lost. You don't know what to say. You don't know where to do. And you just don't know how to think. It's like you're stuck. Right? You have nowhere to go. You have no options. And that's where the Strength card and the Magician comes in. You're trying to manifest the ability to dust yourself off and stand up again. But the thing you thought was going to work out, your grand plan, your idea, your the thing you loved the most, or you thought you were going to love the most anyway, didn't work. This was the thing. This was what you were planning on, and it just didn't work out. You should have walked away when you had the chance. As soon as you started seeing the red flags start to pop up, like, oh, this is going to go wrong, but it's okay because we can fix it. This is going to go wrong, but it's okay because we can fix it. Eventually the red flags start looking like a blanket of red flags, and they're everywhere. Ocean of red. You just keep moving because you keep thinking you can fix it and you get overwhelmed. So, now you're just like, there's not enough things you can say. You don't know what to say. You don't know what to think. And everybody around you is kind of like, I don't know if I want to work with you anymore. Or maybe we give it some time before we do this again. Yeah, this is a nasty one. You need to definitely get out when you have the chance. I don't know what it is, but just walk away. Don't let hope cloud your dreams and mind and ambition and whatever or not. And says, I can fix it, whatever the problem is. Sometimes it's better just to stop, take a step back, and look at the whole thing. Because at the bottom of the deck here is the Nine of Cups. Right? And the Nine of Cups is the energy that says, hey, listen, this is what I wanted. This is what I dreamed about. This is my wish come true. And it might be. Either you're not ready for it, you didn't plan enough, you didn't, or, it's just something that just isn't meant to be right now. You're not ready for it. Financially, mentally, physically. Maybe you just jumped into something you couldn't handle. I don't know what the situation is, but this is something you want real bad, and you jump into it. You think it's going to work out because you have it. You see it going in a way in your brain, right? You imagine it going a certain way. You plan for it to go a certain way. You're like, yeah, this is going to work out great for me, and then it doesn't. And there's no backup plan. There's no emergency situation to fall back on. There's no safety net. You just ran into it without thinking that anything could go wrong, and everything did go wrong. You tempted fate, and fate took the bait. That rhymed. Anyway, so if you want to avoid this tower, and I suggest you do, I suggest you maybe back off a little bit and just give yourself some breathing room. If there's something you really, really want to do, that doesn't mean it's a bad idea. It just means that you probably haven't planned enough for it. So go back to the drawing board a couple more times. Start looking at other things that could go wrong, and make backup plans for these things. Okay, that's how you avoid this thing. You make a backup plans. You prepare double the amount that you might need, so when these things do go wrong, you can actually fix it, and you're ready. Be ready for whatever's coming. Don't just walk into something with faith and good dreams. Those are good too, but you need more than that. All right, I'm going to show you the cards, and that'll be it for the day. Here we go. If you're still here at the end of the video, thank you for watching. I appreciate all of you. Yep, all of you that made it this far. And the ones who didn't, of course. But everybody is good. And thanks for clicking on the video. I hope this Tower Moment reading helped you or helped somebody out, you know. Even one person, and that's good enough for me. Let's see, what else? If you like what you saw, once again, I have to say it. I'm a YouTuber. It's the law. Hit the old subscribe button, or don't. You don't have to, but I have to ask you to do it. At least for a certain point. And thank you all for watching. I do try to upload every single day. All right? Every single day. So even if you don't need a Tower Moment, or you don't need a tarot reading, or you know, whatever. You can just hang out. We can just have a one-sided conversation for a little while. Maybe you like the sound of my voice. I don't know. All right, I've rambled on enough. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye.